Well,
Let's move
good
on.
morning.
No, now try it. Okay.
Ready? 3, 2, 1. Good morning, CR and CR family and CR leaders. We want to just say, how appreciative we are of you guys and your willingness to be here on Monday nights, and especially for those who are leaders who serve.
Yes.
It is so important. We can't do ministry without you all, and we know this, and we're appreciative of each and every one of you.
Yes.
However, we sometimes have to just go over things, or review things, and see how things are going, because we realize that with ministry, there are challenges, there are struggles, and sometimes there are even some things that need to be corrected and changed, just like in any business, career, even in our home lives and our spiritual lives as well. So we're making this video to kind of let you know some things that have been going on and struggles with childcare, and kind of where we need to go from that, and then maybe some other things as well. One of the things that we find with childcare, it's hard.
It is.
It's a hard ministry. We find in churches the lack of volunteers sometimes, of people wanting to go down there and do that, because of the understanding of dealing with kids and the struggle sometimes of dealing with kids. But it is such a blessing to have that ministry, to have people who pour their lives into the kids, to tell them about Jesus, to tell them about how Christ can change their lives, and to see them go from little kids who don't know anything about God to being able to share Bible verses, be able to pray, be able to understand that God's grace is there for them, and to receive Jesus Christ in their hearts. And in fact, as they receive Jesus Christ in their hearts at a young age, they are more willing to stay with God, to stay with Christ throughout their adulthood. And so it's a very important ministry. And with that, we've known that there's been a struggle lately with getting out on time with groups and getting down there earlier and earlier. Our child care providers, we need to respect them as much as we respect other leaders in the church.
And they're tired.
And they are tired.
You know, you can imagine you're tired from watching your kids, how somebody else would be, because they don't treat them quite like you do. They have to be really kind and ministering to everything. And most of the time with my kids, I'd say, oh, you're fine. Go over there and play with the toy. But they can't. They just have to interact, and it's just a lot of work.
It is.
2 weeks ago, and first of all, I want to apologize to my leaders or anybody else. I know that there was so much confusion on Monday night. We were getting messages, texts. I was texting back. I was texting the leaders, and I apologize for that. But I just know how important childcare is here at CR, because you wouldn't be able to work on your hurts, habits, and hangups if there weren't someone downstairs helping your kids work on those things too. So I was really frustrated. But week before last, I guess, and I knew about this too, we had one of the step study groups. They were doing their inventory. I totally get it. But they didn't get out till 8:30 or so. I think it was like maybe 8:35. And our director over the nursery had to go and look for the parent to see where they were, because they didn't pick it up. And I told her, I said, I am so sorry. I appreciate you. This is never going to happen again. I promise. Well, last week, we saw that the large group went over longer than usual. We don't have a problem with the large group going over on testimony nights, but we have to make sure that the groups are done at 8 o'clock, not 8:05, not 8:10, not 8:15. If you have a child in childcare, you need to be getting up from your group, looking at the time, not necessarily the group leader, and being out of that room. Even if it's a little disruptive to get up and leave, you need to go and collect your children. So Pastor Martin, as you know, the Celebrate Recovery cannot work without pastoral support. That's the number one. Well, God is the number one thing, and then it's the pastoral support. So he came up with this idea. He's been thinking about it and praying about it, because as most of you know, we prayed and fasted on and off for 5 years to have someone down there in the child care, and we are so blessed that we finally have someone for the babies. Sierra's down there. Sometimes I think one time they had like 12 babies crawling on the floor. We have Whitney. We have Pastor Richard down there. So it's a blessing that we do not want to use. But Pastor Martin was praying about it, and he came up with a solution. So
I think that we need to make sure that we only allow our kids down into the children area 10 minutes before the start of large group. The reason of that is so that workers can get in, get the stuff ready, be prepared for the kids, not to be rushed in and then have kids already down there, or kids coming down while they're trying to, take their coats off, get their stuff together in the area, so that they'll be able to be prepared for your kids so that they can take care of them in a proper way. And then to make sure, like Debbie said, 8 o'clock, get down there as soon as you can. I know fellowship is fun. I know people like to talk. And I know sometimes it may, as a parent, I remember as kids, it's a struggle sometimes when you have your kids watching them and wanting to talk and things of that sort. But we don't want to lose childcare. We don't want people to be frustrated and upset because it's 8:15, 8:30, because they have things that they have to do after church, especially some of our leaders who have families they need to get home to and get them ready for bed and get ready for tomorrow for school and other things. So this is a way that we can show that we love and care for our child care providers by showing them the love and respect of making sure that we do not step over boundaries that will make them have to work earlier or longer.
Exactly. And the great thing about Celebrate Recovery is when you leave that group at 8 o'clock to go pick up your kids, you can continue your fellowship with whoever it was you were talking to in CR after dark.
Absolutely.
That's from 8 to 9, and you get Martha's great cookies. I mean, so actually you just hurried up to go get the good cookies.
Yeah, what kid doesn't like cookies?
What adult doesn't like cookies?
Too,
especially Martha's cookies.
You can give them a cookie and sit there and talk. Yeah, absolutely.
So continue that fellowship, like I said, in the sanctuary, not the sanctuary, but the foyer out there at 8 o'clock. So it's so important. And speaking of food, Martin, again, the wisdom, he was praying over this and talking about it. We have had so many complaints about people and seconds at CR. Well, why can't I have seconds? Or I want to take this home when you know you're not supposed to take it home.
Yeah.
Listen, we're on a budget.
We are.
It is a free meal. We do the best. I can promise you with that one plate that you're not starving after you're finished.
Yeah.
And when we have extra, yes we're going to give extra, but every week will look different.
Yes.
Some weeks we have a ton of food left over.
And the thing about takeouts too, I know a lot of people want to take some things home and stuff. We got to be careful because of fairness. Somebody gets one. Well, why didn't I get to take home this? Or why didn't I get to take this home? Or so we're trying to be as fair as we can across the board. We're trying to be able to feed as many people as we can on a budget, and we're trying to do this because we love the fellowship. We love the meal because the meal is just as important as the large group and the small groups. But we've got to make sure we can continue to do that.
Yes.
And because of that, we need to make sure that we are being good stewards of the resources that have been given to us to be able to help you guys have a meal. I enjoy the mealtime.
It's a blessing.
It is a blessing.
It's a blessing. And again, it's just like the child care and the nursery, all that stuff God is giving us. And like Pastor Martin said, we got to be good stewards over it. So I usually try to go all out with the meal.
Yes, you do.
We do salad. We do an entree. We try to do dessert. We try to do your bread. So just hang in there with us as we navigate through this. Because like Pastor Martin said, it's just we're not a takeout service.
We're not.
If we have leftovers,
we do,
then we'll send them home. But we don't have the containers, and we don't want any more containers.
Yes,
because people are donating containers that aren't even clean; they got mold in them.
And they're disappearing as well.
Yes,
So
so
we won't go with that one.
No, we won't go there. So we want to make this a safe place for you, for your family, and everybody attending Celebrate Recovery.
Absolutely.
Whether it is up here in the large group, whether it's in small groups, whether it's in childcare. And speaking of which, I got a surprise I didn't even tell you about this morning. Okay. I got to talk to Peggy about this for our youth. So Sherry Knight, a local artist, is wanting to start doing a group with the youth where she would come in. It's called Courage and Canvas.
Oh,
where
cool.
She's going to teach the youth to paint while they're going over Bible lessons. and just have that time of fellowship down there from 6 to 8
Awesome.
in the
That
youth
is
room.
awesome.
So surprise. So Peggy, if you're watching this, I was going to call you yesterday, but yesterday was a crazy day. So guys, we love you. Celebrate Recovery is amazing. Leaders, please be patient with Hector and I as we're working through this. There are going to be days where I have zero sleep, like yesterday and the day before. I'm not always going to be thinking about somebody else's feelings when I'm talking. Just give me that grace, please, that God gives all of us every single morning, and that mercy, because it's a season, and we need all of. We couldn't do what we do without you. So
Yeah, you guys are a blessing, and we're not trying to get on people or trying to make this all about rules and stuff, but we know even in your step studies and even in your recovery, boundaries are important. We need
Yes.
to set boundaries, keep boundaries, and that helps for all people to feel like they're not being taken advantage of or feel like they're being pressured to stay and not be able to get things that they need to get done too. So realize we love you guys. We love Celebrate Recovery. We want to continue Celebrate Recovery for years because I think that this ministry is so important in helping people not only deal with the struggles they're having and find recovery, but find Jesus, and that's
Yes.
the biggest thing.
Jesus and a community. It's like double do
Yes.
and a meal.
Yeah, and a meal. Yeah,
Exactly.
And childcare.
yeah, Doug. Yeah.
So, guys, we love you. If you're not plugged in to Celebrate Recovery, get plugged in. We're here
Yes.
every Monday night. Doesn't matter if it's Christmas, New
Absolutely.
Year's. We are every Monday. We have Celebrate
Monday.
Recovery. So,
Absolutely.
all right, guys, we love you. God bless.
Late us.
That was good, Martin.